Okay. Hold up. My life has shifted completely this past few months, and it's gonna keep going on. Let me explain. So Allah is blessing me with the growth of the YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah, I'm so grateful that this channel is growing. I'm so grateful that this movement of destroying mediocrity, destroying this weakness in the ummah is moving and growing. Alhamdulillah. But university came back to my life. If you watch my videos, you probably realize that I'm a firm believer that university is not what most people think. I mean, I often call it a scam. However, as a brown kid, someone who's Bengali, I'm in university. I know that a lot of people will do a lot of things to get education, and the fact that Allah has given it to me, practically with zero effort on my end or very little effort on my end, it's a blessing from Allah, and I have to not take it for granted. The reason why I want to make this video is because balancing school, YouTube, and deen at the same time can be hard. And I'm realizing the effects of especially balancing this YouTube channel with school. And honestly, if I don't get this fixed, then I'm gonna be in big shambles here. So without further ado, let's fix some things. All right, my life is a mess right now. The first chapter is time. Wallahi, as cliche as this sounds, when university takes more than 5 hours out of your life every single day, you start to look at time differently. So my issue was that I always procrastinated by saying that I will do stuff later. I'll just do it later and let me have my fun now. I'm realizing that that is not a good idea. When your time is constrained, when you don't have enough time to do anything, and especially when you lay off the important things and seek temporary pleasure, you will be gifted with eternal pain. And so I had an exam today, and although I did study, I didn't study as much as I wanted to. And a lot of it was because I was watching a lot of YouTube. What ended up happening is that took a lot of my time and I didn't end up studying. And then after I was doing my exam, while I was doing my exam, I was writing down. I was just like, why did I watch so much YouTube? I could have spent that time studying. I could have spent that time getting better at my tests, so I could have got a better mark. And that's one of the biggest things I learned. And I already got punished for it in university. And not to mention having death as a reminder. Wallahi. This is the thing that us humans, me and you, we don't comprehend this enough. We can die at any moment, and it can happen, bro. And I know, it's for a lot of us, it's tough to handle, and I of course agree. But at the end of the day, it's true. A lot of us just hear it, but then we forget about it. We go back to our entertainment. We go back to our content, and we just forget that happened until the moment comes, and then we just caught, boom, what the heck? You know what I mean? When Malik al-Maut comes. And so it's good to prepare. It's good to understand that, I actually have a limited time on this earth, and it can be finished at any moment. Do productive things and be productive on your time on this earth. As Allah prescribed us into the Quran, do they not believe that we created the humans, the mankind, without a purpose? We have a purpose on this earth. And as much as it is to worship Allah and please Allah, we have a bigger purpose as well as a Muslim, to be productive, to do something big for the society, for the ummah. We cannot be wasting time as Muslims. We can achieve so much if we just endured and embraced a little bit of pain. But rather, what we do is we try to seek the most pleasure as possible, and we end up with the most amount of pain afterwards. Always remember, the pain of regret hurts more than the pain of discipline. And you will wish that you chose the pain of discipline every single time. And that's why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a hadith that there are two blessings which people take for granted: their health and their time. And we hear this everywhere. We hear it. Time is not infinite. You have a limited amount of time on this earth. And yet, why don't we do anything about it? And that's because we don't know how to manage time, and also is because we don't value time. And the danger of not valuing time is that we will turn out as losers. We will be losers in every field, Islamically speaking as well. In Islam, it's super mustahab, super recommended to use your time wisely, to not waste time. And again, I hope you don't look at this and act like I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I use my time every time, like perfectly every day, but I'm just saying what Islam says. So don't take my opinion, just look at what Islam is saying. Islam is saying, use your time wisely. And what I mean by that is, use it productively. At the end of the day, yes, we make mistakes, but at the end of the day, there are the people who end up using their time wisely and achieving something. And the second, which is people that wasted their time and now they regret their entire life. We know this, there's two ends to this, right? And we'll come to it in a second, but it's about maturing, okay? A lot of this is about being mature, and a lot of it is pretty much choosing objective reality. Maturing is realizing that there are either winners and there are either losers in this world. And when Malak al-Maut takes you, when Malak al-Maut, comes finally, when death appears upon us, that's it. That's when we are judged in front of Allah. That's when we get to choose, or that's when we're giving the option. That's when we're given the reality. Are we going to be in Jannah? Is our grave going to be wide, and are we going to get like a sense of Jannah? Or is our grave going to be tight and miserable, and the punishment? And when that happens, time ceases, time stops. For us, our time on this earth is gone. And maturing, being in touch with reality, is coming to realize that they are either winners and they're either losers. And the more I waste time, the more I procrastinate, the more I watch random YouTube videos instead of doing work, that's going to backbite me sooner or later. We can only struggle with procrastination for so long. We can only struggle with bad habits for so long until our time is gone. And then we'll be the ones, the same people, to go back to Allah, to ask Allah, oh Allah, give me a second chance. Please, I will not waste my time. I will not do this. I will stick with the good habits. I will pray my salah. I would learn deen. You would do everything in your power. We would do everything in our power to go back. But that's it. Reality's done. Our time is done. We have no more chance anymore. So now is our chance. You, me, watching this video, now is our chance to change ourselves until Allah is satisfied with us. We have the opportunity to change ourselves now, so that our future selves in the grave is content. Is, what? I did my thing. I did my part in this earth. I tried my best to do as good as possible. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I committed sins. But I tried my best to do something on this earth, my purpose, to fulfill my purpose, right? And so, at that moment, you're a winner. And we want to be winners. We cannot be losers. And at a certain point, and this is me touching on the topic of maturity, maturing is choosing a separate identity from who you are right now. At a certain time, you have to come to a realization. Who am I? What am I trying to be? Who am I trying to be? And we have to come to that point sooner or later, or time will go. Again, as I mentioned, your time will go quicker than you realize. And I want to touch on this, the topic of ihsan in Islam, which is the topic of excellence, doing everything excellently. And this goes back to the quote I heard from Khabib, which Khabib said, Muslims are a direct representation of Islam. So, the non-Muslims, they don't read the hadith, they don't read the Quran, but rather they read you. So be a good ambassador of Islam. And if I have the ihsan mindset and we apply it to everything in life, of course halal, then other Muslims will look at us. Other Muslims will be inspired by us. Other Muslims will be motivated by us, and they will be intrigued. Why are they so excellent? Why are they in such good shape? They're doing good in school, but then they also look presentable. They speak so well. They're so well-mannered. They have a good head on their shoulders. They seem purposeful. They seem like they use their time on this earth properly. They seem masculine. They seem strong. Why are they so happy? Why are they always smiling? And that comes from the ihsan mindset. That comes from following the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, the moment we follow the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are extracted from the regular society. The regular society that is struggling to find purpose. The society that we live in that is depressed, that is constantly indulging themselves in bad habits, scroll after scroll, TikTok after TikTok, video game after video game. Whatever the case, drugs after drugs, these people are constantly feeding themselves pleasure to hide their pain. And so when we dedicate our lives to ihsan, when we dedicate our lives to, excellence, all of a sudden, we are the shining light. All of a sudden, we are the light at the end of the tunnel. Imagine pitch black darkness, but then you see a little white bright light shining from the corner. That's what following the sunnah and being excellent, having ihsan in our life. So with my rant aside, here are the things I'm doing in order to prioritize the tasks that I believe inshallah will propel me to the success that Allah has written out for me. What I'm actually doing right now is just focusing on the most priority tasks that will propel me to move forward in my goals. Of course, I'm not perfect. Of course, I make mistakes, but I try to stick with the real work, the real tasks. Just to give an example, the real task for school is something like practicing homework questions or doing assignments or practicing, real hard questions that typically come on exams. I could just sit here and pretend to study and do easy questions and pretend like I feel accomplished, but that's not really improving myself. The real work for school is to do the work that is the hardest. Let's be honest here. I also try my best, and this is something that I'm kind of falling off with, is seeking knowledge, which is the most important part. And today I was on the train. I was on the train today and I was just looking and thinking to myself, right? Knowledge is the most important thing in anything. In terms of knowledge is, if we just solely focused on knowledge, we would be dangerous individuals, right? If you think about it, knowledge is the reason why our deen improves, because we learn more about Allah. Knowledge is the reason why, we're so valued and so respected. Everything is based off knowledge. And of course, we have our main tasks like praying salah and reading Quran and stuff like that as Muslims, like 5 pillars. And I understand that. But knowledge, and sorry, my nose is stuffy. I'm coming off a small cold. And so either way, knowledge is the most important thing. And that's the thing that I'm not really focusing on. And that's a flaw within myself. See, I'm open to being honest with myself and to you, right? I want to tell you my mistakes as well. Knowledge, again, as I mentioned earlier, if we just relied on knowledge, we would get really far in life. And so that's something that I have to mature. That's something that I have to realize that I'll rather sacrifice a little bit of sleep, 30 minutes, 1 hour of sleep, just for the extra bit of knowledge, right? Because that will move me the most. That will keep me on my deen, inshallah. That will make me a better Muslim. And of course, taking care of my amana, that is one of the most important things, which is my body, right? My body is an amana. I will make sure that I don't leave this earth without having a body that I'm happy with, without having a physique that I'm happy with, without being grateful for the body that Allah gave me. I hear this argument sometimes from dayuth, from weak Muslim men. And I'll say this right now, they're weak Muslim men. My friend Ali, he has a YouTube channel, go subscribe to him. I think it's Ali Talks a Lot. So search up Ali Talks a Lot. I don't know. I'll give him a random shout out because he has a very good channel. I'll give him a shout out. Alam about it, right? But someone commented on his video, right? And they were saying how, the only reason why Muslims, they work out and they get muscles for girls, and he's trying to justify that getting muscles doesn't increase testosterone. The commenter that commented on his video, I'm pissed right now. If you go and watch his video or watch his picture or just whatever, just ask him to send you a selfie. I will guarantee you that the person who commented that hateful comment about having a good body, he is a dayuth. He is weak, and I know I'm really pissed off and I'm judging him, but someone who comments stuff like that is that skinny loser video gamer. And I know this video took such a weird turn, but welcome to my channel. I go on rants, and hopefully, you kind of resonate with them. If not, I'm sorry. But either way, I was pissed off. What I want to say is taking care of your amana, being in good shape, being strong is very, very important in Islam. Is one of the pillars, I would say. And of course, I'm not going to be making fatwas or rulings or astaghfirullah, but as a Muslim male, actually it is. It's our duty to provide and to protect our offspring, and also our parents, our children, our family, our wives. It is a duty as a Muslim, as a pillar, as a Muslim man. And so how will you protect your own family if you look like a twig, if you look like a weak, pathetic loser who makes excuses for not going to the gym, but rather uses and wastes 2 to 3 hours scrolling on TikTok or pretending to be productive? You know what I mean? I hate that argument of I don't have time to go to the gym. How do you not have 1 hour out of the 16 hours you are awake, not including sleep? How do you not have 1 hour? Of course you do, right? The people who don't take their body improving themselves like physically, yeah, sure, aesthetics come with it. Don't you want to attract your wife? You want your wife to be with a loser? And no wonder why she will leave you then. No wonder why she's not attracted to you. Oh, you're doing it to attract girls. Yeah, I'm trying to attract my wife, my future wife. What the heck? I want a good wife. No wonder why there's a rise of dayuth men. And sorry, I went on such a tangent, but that's the importance of, I believe, taking care of your amana, taking care of your body. And the last thing I want to speak about is wasting time, which is I am doing my best not to waste time, and I do catch myself sitting here 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour sometimes, just wasting time watching like Muhammad Rajab videos and stuff like that. I mean, those videos are super good, alhamdulillah. You know, they're so fun to watch, they're knowledgeable at the same time, and it sounds like I'm coping. Again, I do catch myself wasting time sometimes by watching, videos online. That's something I'm working on, and there's a lot of things I have to work on as well. But I believe that with managing time and with balancing school and deen and balancing YouTube, we need to sacrifice things, especially bad habits. And I'm gonna directly, explicitly state them and bluntly state them, such as video games. I'm not saying that like if you're a loser or something if you play video games, but what I'm saying is that we need to sacrifice this for a better reason. You see, video games, and I want to be honest here, I was an avid video gamer. I used to play so many video games, right? And what I want to be honest with you, Akhi, is video games are dangerous, and they are a tool used by the bigger Zionist machine. Yeah, video games have found, especially the most famous ones, have found a way to replicate and to make you feel like you're achieving your purpose in the virtual world. That is dangerous. So what they have done is they've given the purpose, the mission, the brotherhood, the strength, the innate, fitrah of a man to progress, to reach new heights, to get stronger, to get more masculine, whatever the case, especially us men have. And that's why you realize in statistics that men take video games so much more seriously than women. Women, they just play casually. You know this, right? Like the streamers and like stuff like that, they play casually, but men take video games seriously. There's a reason why, because we have an innate ability and an innate desire to win, to conquer, to progress. And video games provide all of that just by our desk. We don't need to go outside and go to do jihad or go do war in order to feel strong, or go to the gym and to work out in order to feel strong. No, we can just sit on our video game, go on Fortnite or go on Valorant or go on Call of Duty and reach new ranks and pretend like we're this new like master. In the virtual world, we're so strong. If you look at most video games, they're all like twigs. Most of them are not masculine, or most of them are not, and I'm not saying I'm the most masculine guy, I'm just saying objectively, most of them, let's be honest here, are not in the best of shapes. Most of them are sort of semi-depressed with their real life, but when they get in the video game, they're like the most strongest in the entire game. Because video games, what they've done, it's a way for us to escape from a reality into the virtual world, right? And this is scientifically proven. I remember there's this study by the University of Rochester in New York, and where they were doing a study, and a lot of people, especially this one guy, right? He's like a factory worker, and you guys can double check it, Google this if you want. He's like a factory worker. He works at a factory. He's like 30 plus 40 years old, and the guy plays video games a lot. And the reason why this factory worker plays video games is because he told one of the professors at the university, he told them, the reason why I play video games is because it's the only place where I feel valued. It's the only place where I'm winning in life. Because in real life, I'm working at a factory that I hate. But in the game, I'm a dragon slayer. In the game, I'm rank, whatever, prestige Call of Duty. I have golden skin ammo. I have the best team. Look at my friends. We all play together at 10 p.m. at nighttime to dominate Call of Duty. That's because it gives you that. They've manipulated it, right? And so we should stay away from such things, because it does take us away from our purpose as Muslims, in order to provide and to build and to be wealthy and to whatever the case, for the sake of Allah. It takes that away a little bit. But that's how I'm sort of balancing everything so far. I know I ranted like a crap on this video, but I just felt like I need to get stuff out of my chest, and hopefully you guys kind of resonated with that. And let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this, like just me ranting, sitting down. It feels like me and like you having a conversation. And so yeah, that's how I'm balancing stuff right now. That's how I'm trying to manage my time. That's the stuff that I'm trying to sacrifice. Yes, I do make mistakes. Trust me, I make so much more mistakes than you see online that you know of me. I make so many more mistakes, and that's just part of the game. But remember, maturing is realizing that yes, you'll make mistakes, but maturing is realizing that it's either you win or you lose. They're either winners and losers. So the key is to get back from the loss. The key is to go back and to do your work regardless of how you feel. Even if you fall off, the key and the real winners, what they do is they come back stronger. And that's what I've learned from Atomic Habits recently as well. But anyways, that's how I'm balancing everything. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's helped you. Assalamu alaikum. I love you. Bye.